Scammers are getting smarter, y'all, and they're coming for your biggest investment and your hard-earned money. Whether you're buying, selling, or renting, knowing how to spot these scams could save you thousands of dollars. Let's dive into the most shocking real estate scams, including a couple who lost $800,000 to a real estate scam, and how you can avoid being scammed. Scams are on the rise, all kinds. Romance scams, whereby a scammer gains the trust of a victim by developing a romantic relationship, and investment scams such as cryptocurrency scams, to name a couple of types. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, an agency that works to protect and educate consumers, reported that consumers reported losing more than $10 billion to fraud in 2023, marking the first time that fraud losses have reached that benchmark. That was a 14% increase over reported losses in 2022. And this includes real estate scams. According to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, schemes frequently target the real estate sector. In fact, the FBI received 9,521 real estate-based complaints in 2023. That may not seem like a significant number. However, in terms of losses, these crimes amounted to more than $145 billion, more than the amount of money lost to identity theft, extortion, ransomware, and many other types of crimes. Here are some news reports of people who have fallen prey to some common real estate scams.
And you've got families as far as Indiana, from Georgia, came here all at the same time yesterday with their U-Hauls and everything to figure out that they had been ripped off. This is Nicole Johnson and David Johnson. Largo police say right now they are on the run, not only from the cops, but also these people who were ripped off by thousands.
But, she's freaking low life.
I think she's disgusting and just a horrible person, both of them.
So here's the front.
Detectives say this is Nicole Johnson giving a video tour of this home on Lexington Court in Largo. Investigators say through social media, the couple would target families with children who were in the market for a rental home. Officials say at least 15 families fell victim to the scheme, with the couple collecting $25,000 to $30,000 in security deposits and first and last month rent payments. The families were given keys last week and all showed up at the home Tuesday to move in and discovered it was a scam. The couple gone.
I have 3 kids. I'm a single mom, and we're living in a hotel right now.
This is Tremaine Johnson.
Now I don't have no home.
He's being forced to live in a motel right now with his mother, wife, and son.
I just don't know what to believe. I'm still in shock. I'm still mad. I cry every about 30, 45 minutes.
Detectives say Nicole Johnson faked documents using the name of whomever the home actually belonged to, so it didn't raise any red flags to potential renters. I called. No answer. Detectives say the couple stole a car from one of their parents and is on the run in Long Island, New York.
It's pretty big. I've never seen a rental scam this big, and my partner, who's been doing this for over a decade, she's never seen anything this involving this many people with this kind of money.
Detectives say the number of victims continues to rise, as this man says he would love to confront the couple he says stole more than $3,000 from his family.
I don't know how you go to bed every night knowing that you took money not from just my family, but other families. Had a family from Indiana come down with $2 in a cash.
It's the thing, you just have so many victims here, and I can tell you, even standing here today and at the police station, people were coming here to move in today. That didn't happen, and people were continuing to just pour into the police station to make a crime report. Mark can tell you that police do have a bolo out for the car that the Johnsons are accused of stealing. Hopefully they'll track him down pretty soon.
Yeah.
A North County couple's American dream quickly turned into a nightmare after wiring nearly $800,000 to who they thought was their escrow agent. Instead, all of that money went to a scammer.
And I remember I just dropped to the floor and
I immediately went to the FBI.
10 News reporter John Horn is joining us now live in the newsroom. And John, that money appears to be gone.
Yeah, and as far as that couple can tell, it's in somebody's account in Singapore. Now, Kevin and Nicole North thought by now they'd be the proud owners of a brand new, expansive Carlsbad home. But today they're living with family in Solana Beach, wondering how so many clues could slip through the cracks and let this scammer get away with it.
It's Kay. Oh.
These days, 1-year-old Declan is the only one who can keep his parents positive. Otherwise, Kevin and Nicole Knorr are tormented.
We can't sleep. Last night you had a nightmare.
The couple is living a nightmare. They're staying with family in Solana Beach at a time they thought they'd be living the American dream.
All of this was for him, the house with the yard and the schools and, so he could have a sibling.
But instead, their $775,000 down payment, 60% of the purchase price of a Carlsbad home, wired to a hacker posing as their escrow agent.
Then we get a phone call. Where did you send your wire? I said, to you guys. What do you mean to you guys?
Stunned, the Knorrs went to the FBI and are now retracing their steps. They take direct aim at an employee at their escrow company who sent official wire instructions minus the account number in an unsecured email. They say a hacker got access to that email and duplicated that document, adding account numbers to a Bitcoin exchange company. Nicole says the bank never caught it, and escrow didn't alert her when she called to say she sent the money.
And if those were not shocking enough, how about having your home taken from you and you didn't know it?
So you may be surprised at how easy it is for a thief to steal your house without ever showing their face.
To be the dining room and taking these sliding doors out and make it in the French door.
It took John Witt Jenkins a long time to get this home. He bought the land in Dunedin in 1998 for just $15,000. Then, in 2003, he started building the 2-story house, brick by brick, taking him 3 years.
I built this house for under $100,000 with, the sweat equity that I put into this.
Like a lot of us, from time to time, he checks the value of his investment. When he checked Zillow in 2019, he couldn't believe what he saw.
I'm like, why is Zillow saying my house is recently sold? And for $160,000, when the market value is like, $350 at the time and stuff. So I'm panicking.
That panic turned to fear when he went to the county property appraiser's office and discovered this deed had been filed with his forged signature, showing he sold the house.
And I said, let's look at some camera footage when this person tried to record this deed. And it was like it was done online. I'm like, you just allow anybody just to send documents and you just go with it with any type of authenticity, any type of, verification like that? Yeah, that's just what we do.
So you learned that day that just filing that document is all someone needs to do to take your house.
That's it.
The deed looks legit, but according to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, it's fake. And the notary stamp that made this official, you guessed it, it's fake too.
They just gave him my house on probably 2 hours worth of work of electronically transmitting those documents.
Wow, and your house that you built
with my hands. For 3 years, nights and weekends is when I worked on this house.
It took Jenkins 2 months to get his house back. 4 years later, Plant City real estate broker Michael Bogstead was arrested and charged with scheme to defraud. Pinellas County detectives allege he stole at least 6 houses, including Jenkins's house. Bogstead detectives say created fraudulent deeds and fictitious mortgage documents and then transferred ownership to various entities so he could either take out a mortgage or sell to an unsuspecting buyer.
So what are some popular real estate scams? Next, I'll go over some of the popular ones that you should be aware of, along with tips for avoiding being the next victim. One of the most popular type of real estate scams is wire fraud. With wire fraud, scammers hack into email accounts, often those of real estate agents or escrow companies. They monitor the email account, watching for closing instructions, then intercepts them. Armed with the date and amount of an upcoming transfer, they impersonate a trusted party in the transaction and divert wire transfers that are usually the down payment or a full payment for a home to bank accounts under the control of the criminal. At the 11th hour, the home buyer will get an email saying, "There's been a change in plans. Send your money here." Well, that here would be a fraudulent account. And when the money is sent, it is moved swiftly to prevent tracing, sometimes bouncing through multiple accounts. Gone! The homebuyer may not learn that they have been scammed until at the closing table. To avoid being the victim of this type of scam, verify wire transfer details by calling trusted contacts directly and not rely on emailed instructions. Consider wiring a small amount such as $5 to make sure the right people have received that first. And then there are foreclosure relief scams. This is when scammers target homeowners struggling to make mortgage payments, offering to save their home for an upfront fee. They may ask for the deed only to resell the property, refinance it, rent it, and pocket the money without paying the mortgage. When these bad actors exploit the fear of foreclosure, homeowners often lose their home and money. To avoid being a victim of this type of scam, avoid paying any upfront fees and work with HUD-approved counselors if you are struggling to make mortgage payments. Never sign over the deed without paying off the mortgage. Be extremely cautious about any deal that requires you to sign over the deed to your property without paying off your mortgage. Legitimate buyers will either pay off the mortgage or obtain new financing. And finally, obtain legal counsel whenever you are asked to sign any agreements in these situations. In tight, competitive housing markets, many people are desperate and looking for a good deal for housing and feeling the need to act fast. This is when we should all be careful because there is a rise in online rental scams. With rental scams, scammers create fake online ads and list properties for rent, sometimes ones they don't even own, at below market rates. They will steal photos of legitimate listings to create these fake ads. When potential tenants show interest, the scammer requests a deposit to hold the property, to show the property, or collects an application fee and then disappears. This often leads to renters finding out the property is unavailable or doesn't exist, therefore losing their deposit and a place to stay. So that you don't fall prey to these scams, never send money without visiting the property in person. Confirm the ownership through public records and Google the address. If you see multiple listings for the same home but at different rent amounts, that could be a red flag that one or more of those listings are fake. If the rent is below market rate, that is another red flag. Also, if their listing is on Facebook Marketplace, check the profile of the person advertising the rental. If they have a new profile or they don't have photos or friends, watch out. Deed fraud, also known as title theft, is another common form of real estate fraud. This scheme involves scammers forging signatures on deeds and transferring property ownership without the real owner's knowledge. They may then take out loans against the property, sell it outright, or even rent it out to turn a profit. Property owners could face foreclosure or lose their property entirely. It's really difficult to prevent deed forgery, but you can check public records to ensure your property is in your name and consider purchasing title insurance. Title insurance will eliminate the expense and hassle for you if you are a victim of theft by putting the onus on the insurance company to resolve the phony title claim in court. Also, see if your county offers to send alerts to homeowners whenever documents are filed related to their home. Being able to catch this wrongdoing early can help. Being aware of these scams and using reputable real estate professionals can help protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from falling victim. Please share this video with friends and family to spread awareness. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment about other scams you've heard of.